Okay, you probably already dabble with ChatGPT, right? Now, here's the thing. Do you really want to be dabbling? Because I can tell you about 5 super AI tools, including ChatGPT, when used correctly, that actually get you results. Now, you might be thinking, you know what, ChatGPT is really good just for like writing stuff, checking your emails, making sure everything's spelled correctly, autocorrection on other things, but it's a lot more than that, I promise you. Saying, oh, what are the top 10 things that I can do in this place, or what are the 5 biggest problems that my customer is facing? Yeah, those are things, but let me actually tell you and show you that there are way better ways for you to use these AI tools that are actually gonna save you time, increase profitability, and improve productivity. If you don't believe me, I'll prove it to you. In fact, let me start with the context, right? Most CEOs and founders spend about 9 hours, sometimes a week, sometimes it might be in just a couple of days alone, between chasing SOPs and admin follow-ups, as well as going down the research rabbit hole. Now, here's what I'm gonna explain to you, or here's why you should listen to me. We have been able to take those 9 hours and shave them down to 90 minutes. So we go from 9 hours of manual tasks, copy and paste, admin stuff, and shave it down to 9 minutes. Now, what I would say is my promise to you in this video is you're going to learn how to use 5 AI tools, and I'm going to show you the business use case, not just the general this or you can use it for that. No, specific business use cases that are going to buy back your time, improve profitability, allow you to increase productivity, and make it feel like you have an army working with you and not just you and maybe your team. No matter how big or how small, you can make it feel like you have an army with you. So let's jump into the first tool, and the first tool is going to be ChatGPT. Now, here's how I would come in as a consultant and help. This is going to be an instant return on investment, and it's with your SOPs within your organization or your business, whether it's a small business, medium enterprise, large scale enterprise. This applies to everyone. Take your SOPs as PDFs if you have them already written down. If not, for better results, take them and open up Notepad on your laptop and copy and paste the PDFs into Notepad, right? Or go and search for PDF to Markdown conversion. The easiest way is just to select all in the PDF, open your PDF, select all, copy, and then paste it into Notepad. Trust me, that's the easiest way to do it. Save that in that Notepad. Upload that now to ChatGPT, and I would say upload it to 3.0 reasoning, right? Sorry, 3.0 reasoning. Now that is, you have to be on the $20 a month paid plan to get 03 reasoning. If you're not, then you can use 4.0, which is good for most tasks. But if you are unpaid, please, 03 reasoning is where I would say you should go with right now, as at this video, because who knows, by next week they could have already released a brand new model. But for now, 03 is where I'd go with. Upload it there, right? And now you have a thread where you say to ChatGPT, I want you to understand these SOPs within my business, digest them, analyze them, give me places where we can improve on what we already have and what we're already doing. Show me how we can streamline this. Act as my expert business organizer or my expert business performance analyst and understand everything. Make it simple to understand and be able to answer questions that people ask you. Now, when ChatGPT gets that prompt from you, it will then understand everything, analyze everything, become your performance analyst for your business. But then that thread you can now have as something that is open publicly to all your employees. So now what then happens is, rather than them coming to the CEO or their supervisor or their I don't know, line manager or whoever is just above them to ask them different questions, they can just go to ChatGPT and ask it. And ChatGPT will say, oh, I understand this problem because it's in this, da 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 da. Here is what you should do in this scenario. Now, to make it even better, what I would also say in your prompt is, you say to ChatGPT, don't be a yes man.
And he's a yes man.
Analyze anything I ask you and give me the better option if there is a better option. If you need to research, go and research. Prevent yourself from hallucinating. If you feel you're hallucinating, make sure you ask me clarity questions so that you can self-check yourself and make sure you're doing the right thing, right? Those are 2 pro prompts that I would add to what I said in the first place. And then you make sure that when you are now using them with ChatGPT, it ensures that everything you're doing is as great as it can possibly be, right? Because there's no hallucination. It's not a yes man telling you how great you are on anything you ask it. I think that's probably one of the most annoying things on ChatGPT for most people. But hey, it is what it is. Okay. The next one is Claude, right? Specifically Claude Sonnet, right? Sonnet 3.5, I think, is the current one as at the recording of this video, because again, all these things keep changing. Now, here is a use case. Law firm is in the building. They go through a bunch of different documents 24/7, 365, and it is, yes, it is to an extent long. Now, again, there are 2 ways, because the thing which we also need to understand is sometimes some of the documents are, what would I say, not privy. They are private documents or confidential documents. I don't know, my first word that came to my mind was they're privy documents. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, they're confidential documents, right? So now, the best thing to do would be to anonymize the actual names on there, right? Or just copy, if it's a document that has other things, copy the parts that don't have the names, put that into Claude Sonnet and ask it to understand the terms and service or the risky clauses that are in that. This is what I would use as a starting point, not the, oh, let Claude do it and then my job is done. No, I would always say, think of AI and AI tools as we will get 80% of the job done, and I will do the final 20% to make sure it's perfect. 80% to get it to very good, 20% me to make it excellent and perfect, right? So upload it to Claude, PDF, or whatever document it is. Let it understand it. Let it tell you the risky clauses. Let it tell you, break down the terms and everything. Ask it, what are better negotiations that we can do with this? Obviously, this depends on what it is that the actual document is. So let's say it was a commercial property document, right? Cool. We upload, anonymize the stuff that doesn't need to be there, the stuff which is confidential, everything else you could put in there. Cool. And you say to it, I want you to act as my expert commercial property advisor. I want you to look through these terms. I want you to understand the document. I want you to understand the risky terms, and acting as an expert negotiator, provide better terms to what I'm trying to do. So if I'm trying to say, cut it down from 6 mil to, I don't know, 3 mil, right? What is there in there that you can use to cut it down to 3 mil? Or to creatively do the accounting. So, okay, cool. The person wants 6 mil, but here are a couple things that we can do here that we can maybe turn it into 4 mil and then 2 mil in terms of if X, Y, and Z happen, right? What are those things? Claude can go through and help you do that. So that is one use case of Claude. Another use case of Claude, and this might be more niche because this kind of depends on people who do coding. I would use Claude and say, hey, I want you to act as my expert and no-code expert. I want you to act as my no-code expert. This is what I'm trying to do. I want you to help me create the prompt with the code for this and ensure it is best in class, is using best protocols, it's using best expert measures, best standards, and create. Now, that will allow you to create a prompt with code, or just a prompt or just the code, or both, like I said. And you can then use that, put that into whatever no-code tool that you want to use, and that will give you a very good starting point of what you're trying to create. Bonus tip, and I'm going to take this back to ChatGPT. Okay, I want you to listen very closely because this one is really good. It's really dope. ChatGPT, I want you to act as my mentor, right? I would say act as a $1 billion mentor who has achieved X, Y, and Z and has done it over the last 10 years. So they have 10 years of experience and they are very conversant with whatever, insert your particular industry. And for the last 4 years, they have been extremely involved in this. And in fact, those last 4 years have been able to help them increase their $1 billion status. Cool. So you're essentially now talking to, or you're essentially now creating a billionaire. You take that prompt, you put that into ChatGPT. Again, I would use O3 reasoning and use that to create your most ideal $1 billion coach. Again, I would say, don't be a yes man. Guardrails of don't be a yes man, don't hallucinate, stay within the character or the persona that I have created for you. If you need to research something, go ahead and do the research so that your answers are coming from facts and not fiction. Okay, so that would be what I'd prompt it with. Throw that in, and now you can create for yourself a $1 billion coach who can give you $1 billion help. So always remember, ChatGPT is actually really good at being a persona. It's really good at becoming the person you choose for it to become, as long as the prompt that you give it is really good and it's really detailed. If you're not sure, you could take what I've said, put that in and say, hey, here are other things I would want to do, but I don't know how to explain these things to you. Ask me questions that will help you understand what I want you to do, and then we can then create that prompt cheat code for you. Okay, so the next one is Perplexity. Right now, Perplexity is probably what I would say is like each AI tool that I'm giving you has its own really good specialty. ChatGPT is really good at certain things, right? Claude is really good at certain things. Perplexity is really good at certain things. I tend to use them as a stack. Now, Perplexity, that is the search, what do I call it? If there was a Ronaldo of search in AI, that would be Perplexity. I want to say Perplexity is the apex predator of searching stuff and doing research for you. In fact, I would use Perplexity in conjunction with ChatGPT. I would say to ChatGPT, here's what I'm trying to do. Here's what I'm trying to get to. Let's imagine you're trying to uncover problems within your industry that you can solve. Here's my ideal customer. Here's what I'm trying to do to help them, but I need to understand what their problems are. I want you to help me create a prompt that I can give to Perplexity that would help Perplexity go and find all the information that I needed to find. And you take that prompt, put that in Perplexity. Oh yeah, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Go and find all the information I needed to find. And if there are any questions you need to ask me to help you understand better, ask me. Go through that with ChatGPT. It will then give you the prompt. Take it over to Perplexity. Switch Perplexity to deep research. So on the free plan, you get 3 of these a day. Put that in there. And with that first one, Perplexity is going to go hard.
Pause.
For you. Like it's going to kill it. It's going to bring back stuff. And you will find that you can use Perplexity to actually, a combination of Perplexity and ChatGPT to find content, understand content online. Another thing I should also add, ask it to find live comments. So live comments on forums, LinkedIn, stuff like that, because it will allow you to understand the problem so well in the voice of the customer to then allow you to say, hey, we can create a service for this problem, an offer for that thing, this for this. I didn't know that these were problems. And then suddenly you have a roadmap that you can use where you're not guessing what the market wants. The market has already told you. You've been able to do almost primary research to get it as live as possible, to then come back and actually create your roadmap for that. That is a super use case for Perplexity. Like I said, I'm only talking about how you can use it in your business, right? And this is another way for you to use it. Okay, so the next tool that we're going to be talking about is we're actually jumping into the AI agents world. So we've talked about the LLMs, the chatbots, and those sort of things. How I look at AI tools, I kind of group them. So you have the LLMs, which are the chatbots, so the Perplexities, the Claudes, the Geminis, those are over there. Then you look at the generative stuff. Now, some of them actually do have generative capabilities, but I like to go with the main ones that have generative capabilities. Like that's what they were created for originally. So Midjourney, Ideogram, Kling, Cray, those ones which are made to help you create videos and images, because that was their core thing, right? You understand? You have the workflow stuff. So I'm not going to talk about the generative stuff because it's more technical, because I could just say to you, hey, tell it you want to create this about this, and here's the prompt. There's a lot more art to the science when you are generating images and videos, right? You want to have a scene setup. You want to have camera angles. The camera does this at this point, and then it does this. You're essentially becoming a director when you're creating videos. When you're creating images, you want to have the lighting right. You want to know the camera lens that it's using, all these things. That's what takes it from just being a standard image to something that looks amazing. And again, because it's so technical, that's why I don't want to jump on that. I feel like that is something that should be its own video from beginning to end. So I'm not going to touch on that. What I am going to touch on is, and again, I'm imagining you're a CEO in your business, and these are things that you want to do today to fix or to buy back your time, increase productivity, improve profitability. AI agents, that's the other category I want to talk about. And in this category, two tools that I will talk about. Actually, there are three tools. There's Genspark, there's Manus, and there's Runner H. But I'm going to talk about Genspark and Runner H because those ones I've used pretty extensively. So Genspark, and similar to Manus, Genspark is an AI agent that has super agents. And what that means is it's a swarm of AI tools that are within that platform. So think of a building, and in that building, it's got different experts. On one floor, they're the people who know how to create stuff, the artists. On another floor, the people who are great at making music. So the singers, the sound engineers, and all that stuff. On another floor, the people who are great at writing, so they can create content, they can write for days. Another floor, the people who are great at technical stuff, they can code things for you and all that. Now, imagine you put all those people together, and every time you have a task, it goes to every single one of them at the same time, and they swarm it like an army. That is what having AI agents or super agents is really about. So where you would use Genspark, and again, Genspark has computer use. So when it has computer use, that's essentially the AI agent or super agent in this case is able to do stuff on your computer for you. For instance, I need you to find the cheapest tickets to wherever it is you want to travel to New York, and it can go use your computer to find the best tickets and bring them back to you and say, these are the best tickets within this price that you wanted and for these dates that you mentioned. You can also use it, I would say, to do research as well. You can use it to build stuff. You can use it to do almost any task you can think of. The problem most people have is they don't know how to give it the prompt that allows it to actually do that. That's where, again, go back to ChatGPT, explain to ChatGPT what you want to do, and let it give you the prompt for you to give to Genspark, and let Genspark do its magic. And the reason why I say that and Runner H, and the reason why I'm bringing them two together is because both of them are AI agents, right? Now, Runner H is actually at the moment free because it's still relatively new. It does a very similar thing to Genspark and Manus. However, because it's still in beta phase, they are allowing it to be free use at the moment. And I think with that free use, you have a limited amount that you can use on a daily basis. So you can use it, do a lot of the AI agent stuff. But again, remember, it's in the beta phase, so it's not going to be free forever. Now, when it comes to the tasks that you can think of, your copy and paste tasks, your checking of inventory stuff, your check-in of email stuff, your go to Twitter and look at my industry and the top pieces of content for the last, say, 30 days or the last week, or go on another platform and understand the content, maybe go on YouTube and understand the content that is really popular, or a particular newsletter, right? And you can use that for it to tell you, okay, these are the best topics you should create, and go and create them. So that's another way that you can use the AI agents. Now, understanding all of these things, it's what allows you to become really productive, improve your profitability or increase your profitability, and buy back your time with your own army. And the thing is, because of machine learning and memory, they tend to remember the tasks, especially stuff like ChatGPT, the LLMs and the chatbots. They tend to remember a lot of that stuff. The AI agents can, if you are conversating within the same thread. So say within one thread where you said, oh, I need you to go do these things, and it comes back, you can say, oh yeah, I need you to go do this. I need to go look at tickets for, say, Morocco. So right within that, okay, it kind of knows, okay, these were the parameters, and that's what I'm going to go look. I'm going to use those same parameters to go and find a similar sort of ticket to that destination that the user wants. So those are the things I would say, and those are ways for you to improve your productivity, increase your profitability, and buy back your time. And I will say that with you getting to this part of the video, I hope that I have actually been able to do that. And moving on to other parts of the video, if you need to rewatch them, please go back and rewatch them. I will also try and make sure that everything has the prompt that is available. So if you did want to get the prompts, you're more than welcome to either drop it in the comments, send me a message on Instagram in the DMs, and I can get those prompts over to you as well. Now, if you're looking to keep growing your business and taking it to the next level, there'll be a new video coming up that will definitely help you do that. So enjoy that video, and thank you for watching up until this point. See you in the next video.